So I see some version of this question almost every day. I'm this category rider, I weigh this much, and I want to do this route on Zwift. How long is that going to take me? And rather than answer each of those questions individually, this video should answer that question for everybody all the time. The answer is basically check best bike split. So I've talked about best bike split in my time trial video, and that's sort of what people think of it for, is creating a pacing plan for an outdoor event where you're not sure how much power you should put down for optimal pacing. Best Bike Split have put every route on Zwift into their software. You can dial in your own weight, power, and it'll tell you exactly how long it's going to take. So when you're trying to plan, especially those big routes, you'll know about how much time to budget. And if you want it, it'll give you an optimal pacing strategy there also.
So the QuatchQuest route is one I've been meaning to get to, but it's got a ton of climbing, so I was never sure exactly how much time to budget for it. It's got the epic KOM we're looking at here and also Alp to Zwift. So I'm going to head over to Best Bike Split and check it out. So to find the Best Bike Split Zwift stuff, best way to do it is just type in Best Bike Split Zwift, and it'll take you straight to this Zwift World route page. So normally you might have to log in or sign up to get to your profile on Best Bike Split, but for this Zwift World route thing, you can actually skip all that unless you want to come over here and use these check boxes to check off the routes you've completed, which actually does solve for another really annoying feature of the Zwift UI. You can't see what routes you've completed until you've already selected a route to ride. So this can help you solve for that as well. Right here, I'm just scrolling down looking for QuatchQuest. That's the route I want to do. I'm going to come over here to the page for it, and this is going to start you off with sort of a standard amount of power. You got these 4 sliders here. 2 that I'm going to be concerned with are the power right here and then the weight right next to it. I'm going to dial that into my actual weight and then an average power that I think I could do for the whole time reasonably. So my actual weight's 135, get that in there. I want to average about 210 watts. So looks like the adjusted time there is 204, so then you can actually see, so that's the answer. If I do 210 watts, that's how long QuatchQuest is going to take me. And then going through these green bars right here, this is actually the optimal pacing plan. So it sort of breaks it down like an interval workout for you and tells you how long to do each set of power. And then that black line represents mounting fatigue over time. The blue line is the elevation profile. So you can see right there, the mounting fatigue obviously goes way up when you hit Alp to Zwift, and also the best place to put watts down is Alp to Zwift. So just for the sake of comparison, if I bump it up to 250 watts, I'm going to get it in an hour 51. So you can kind of see, if you play with it right here, exactly how much time you're saving by doing more, doing less. And then if you go over here to these downloads, you could actually download that optimal pacing plan as an erg mode workout or send it to your Garmin. So you could have your trainer make you do that optimal pacing strategy, or you could put it on your Garmin and actually do that pacing plan outside if you wanted to for some reason. Another helpful bit here is this link over to Zwift Insider. Zwift Insider has really good route details for each route, and it'll describe it, gives you the map, the animation, and there's a little write-up that has some details about the route. Those are always super helpful for me. Best Bike Split does give you a slider for CDA that'll let you adjust for a more or less aero bike, but between that and then also the drafting, which it can adjust for, I didn't fool with it. I wanted to see how close I could get with just weight and power. I did come over here and equip some light wheels. You can see I've got rim brakes and disc brakes, a lot of descending today, so got to get that ready. And we're off. QuatchQuest, here we go. Starting with the jungle, doing the Titans Grove KOM first. And I do have the Sturzo on, so you can see I'm going apex to apex right here and back. This made it a lot more fun through these twisty sections for sure. So I didn't fully memorize that pacing plan, but it basically had me putting out a little over 200 watts on the uphills and a little under 200 watts on the downhills, right around 200 or like 190 on the flats. So I tried to kind of stick to that pacing, maybe like overdoing it a little here, underdoing it in some other places. I think the max it recommended was like 240 or 250 on the steeper stuff. Moving over to this downhill on the jungle route, I'm keeping it pretty much under 200 pretty solidly, and that was par for the course. Using the Sturzo to take the inside lines here. Kept it a little bit more interesting going apex to apex. And if you're curious about the Sturzo and how I'm liking it, I got a lot of other content up on the channel about it. A few races, a few breakdowns. Mostly, I'll say when I can keep it working, it's really fun. The big problem with it has been keeping it paired. It seems like it's one device too many, and it's yet another thing that's broadcasting in Bluetooth and AMP+, and it's just there's just a lot of signals bouncing around, especially when you add all my recording and streaming stuff into the mix. It's just a whole lot of devices doing a lot of stuff in the same space. Here's some more epic KOM footage. I feel like this climb really gets overlooked because it's not Ventoux and it's not Alpe du Zwift, but this section of course is really awesome. I don't know, I just wanted to throw this footage in there because it just looks cool. Obviously, any course that contains Alpe du Zwift, that's going to be kind of the key point. And I am on 100% trainer difficulty here. People in the Zwift forums will be very happy to learn about that. But so I'm grinding out a pretty low cadence as I'm on an 11:25 on my trainer bike right now, trying to make those jumps between gears a little smaller. But I tried to grind out like 240 almost all the way up. This is the beginning of the climb, the middle of the climb, and the top of the climb. That might be the quickest someone's ever scrubbed through an Alpe du Zwift attempt. But I got to say with the Sturzo, and I'm doing a little Sturzo salute here. Again, TM. But I got to say with the Sturzo, it was pretty fun going up Alpe du Zwift, trying to hit the inside on all those switchbacks. Gave me a little something to think about other than the pain. But 2:02:40 was my final time for the full Quatch Quest route, compared to 2:04:47 was my predicted time from Best Bike Split. So I found 2 minutes somewhere, but I think that proves how useful this tool is, especially given that I was only sort of halfway following the pacing plan. So subscribe to the channel if you're finding this stuff interesting or helpful. And this also got me thinking, I kind of want to live stream an attempt to go like sub 45 minutes on Alpe du Zwift. Let me know if y'all would be into that, or maybe get as close as I can to an hour on Ventoux. I don't know. Something I've been thinking about, if y'all would be interested in a live stream on that, or which one, let me know. I think I would probably want to do it in a race, like one of those Alp Dash races put on by Herd or something. But yeah, I don't know. Does that sound like something y'all would want to watch? I'm pretty curious how fast I could go right now, how fit I am on a real benchmark like that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.